Hello everybody. It's a little rainy out this morning, but I thought it'd be a good time to go for a walk anyway. So here we are. I have my umbrella. If you go out, make sure you bring yours too, okay? Let's go feed the birds. Oh no, look, our bird feeder is all full of water. I don't have enough hands to do all this. We'll empty that out. We'll give the birds some bird food and a little hat for you, mister. Okay, let's go see what there is to see in the world. Everything's wet for sure. Oh, look at all those pretty flowers. Wow, so many things are growing. There's the honesty back there. Remember, that's the one that turns into little coins? It finally got all its flowers. You know what that means? It's almost May Day. Let's see what else. Oh, look at all these pretty flowers. I bet you have lots of pretty flowers in your neighborhood too. Hey, look what's across the street there. Someone put some doors out. That's a funny thing to see. How this garden's doing. Oh look, I see some honesty here. I think it snuck down from our garden and got into their garden. There's a little bush with some flowers on it. I see one little tulip in the back there. Can you see it? It's pink. Look, all the herbs are starting to grow. Things are getting lots of flowers on them. Can you hear the birds singing? They're pretty happy. I'm so glad I have my umbrella. Whoa, look at things in this yard have just exploded. They're all getting so big. I can't wait to see what comes up there. I bet there are going to be some nice flowers. This one too. So many things. The violets have gotten so tall. And the grape hyacinths. And look at these flowers creeping over the edge. Wow, lots of things there. A lot of cars home today. Gee, did I say we should go for a jelly bean walk today? That's what I was thinking. Today would be a great day for a jelly bean walk. I don't have any jelly beans to eat because I gave you all my jelly beans. So, did you go for a walk with your jelly beans, or are you taking your jelly beans for this walk? You could have one when we get to the corners. Look it, the lilacs are out. Let's see, do they smell? Not too much yet. I think they have to open up some more, and the sun needs to shine on them. That's going to be very pretty. I think maybe tomorrow not tomorrow, maybe Saturday when the sun comes out and it's warm. It's going to rain again tomorrow. Hey look, there's a puddle. No one's just splashing it. Splash, splash. Here, let's go across the street. Oh wait, did you have a jelly bean? What color did you get? No cars this way. No cars this way. It's safe to go. Oh my goodness. Remember they cleaned up all those POs? A whole bunch more fell. There are still a lot up in that tree. Lots more POs to come. Oh look, there's a newspaper. Shall we put it up on the walk for them? Up on their steps? Here we go. Here it is. We'll toss it up. I bet they miss you doing that for them. Oh, I see some pretty tulips here. You know what I've been seeing a lot of on my walks? I've been seeing a lot of bird eggs. So we're going to have to look and see if we can find any bird eggshells. Because it's that time of year. Whoa, look at all those flowers. One little yellow tulip. I wonder what's going on in Deborah's garden. Here's another big puddle. I should have worn my boots. I'm going to make a big step over it so I don't get my sneakers wet. There's another puddle. Does anybody have their boots on? Splash, 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 splash. Look, Deborah's tree is getting leaves on it. Oh, and look, the bird feeder. There's a yellow bird. Can you see it? Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Always hiding behind the post. Let's see if we can sneak around the edge. Oh, she hung out some kind of bird seed that that bird really likes. Do you see it there? That was the kind that Sara was saying that she really loves to see at her bird feeder too. And a moment ago there was a red one there, but I think it flew away. I don't see it anymore. Oh, there's the red one. The red one's back. Oh, it can't decide if it wants to stay. It flew away again. Do you suppose the red one and the yellow one are friends? Bye, little yellow birdie. Oh, here we are at the corner. Get your jelly beans out. What color did you get? Did you get a pink one? That's the color I would like. Oh, and look here. What has come out here? Some of our favorite pink flowers. Not too many of them are open yet. Next week there are going to be a lot. Oh my, and it looks like Deborah has done some work on her garden. She has some tulips, and they're the beginning of her poppies. And she has some daffodils. Her garden's looking pretty nice. Maybe on a sunnier day we'll see her again. The rain is coming down harder now. Can you hear it hitting my umbrella? Bump, bump, bump. Those are big drops from the tree. Let's check out this garden. They've got lots of daffodils. Oh, and look at all those tulips that are getting ready to bloom. So beautiful. And some pansies. Look, there are two birds sitting on the steps with the bunny. I think one of them is a baby. And I think that's its mom guarding it. Isn't that cool? It's a mama mourning dove. And I'm pretty sure that's her baby. She must have just come out of the nest. Oh, she's going into the garden. She's going faster than I can film her. You see her there? I wonder where they live. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, and there's another one under there. Can you see it? There it is. They're staying out of the rain. That was a pretty exciting thing to find. I have never seen a baby mourning dove. Hey, little doves. That one is sitting there just like the queen of the steps. It blends right in with the other animals that are on there, though. All the pretend animals. Hey, look, I see Ray's van. Ray's working. And here are more pink flowers. Not very fluffy today, they're pretty wet. Let's look in the garage and see if Ray is there. Nope, no Ray. He must be hard at work inside the house. Wow, look at the line of trucks and cars up ahead. A lot of people are working at the house at the end of the street. Maybe we'll get to peer in and see what they're doing. Okay, who wants to look over the fence? Oh my goodness, the door is unlatched. Maybe we can peek in through the hole. You see anything in there? See any giraffes? Okay, ready? I'm gonna lift you. 1, 2, 3. What do you see? Do you see any giraffes or tigers? Any swing sets? Look, that tree sure looks pretty. I'd love to shake it when it's not wet. Today it would just be a lot of wetness. Oh, and there's another beautiful tree. I can hear the work guys. Let's see. Oh, there's a van. Look at all these trucks and cars. These people are very busy. Someone's in the garage. They're sweeping out the garage. They're busy painting and getting the house all ready for the new owners. Okay, let's get ready to cross the street here. No cars that way. No cars that way. I see a dog. He's walking with this human. I suppose that dog likes walking in the rain. And I hear a train. Okay, here we come to the steps. Are we gonna have a jelly bean here? We wouldn't be able to sit on the steps today. Can you tell why? They're all wet. All right, have a jelly bean, and then we'll walk to the next steps. Should we sing a song while we're walking? How about a good rainy day song? If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain it would be. Standing outside with my mouth open wide. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain it would be. Look, the trees are in blossom here. I'm sorry that you're not here to see them. They're so pretty. And there's that bird's nest that we were watching up there. I don't think there's a bird in it right now, though. You see any bird's nests up there? None in that tree. None in that tree. And I don't see any eggs on the ground. Oh well. Oh, did you get another jelly bean? There's the train whistle again. There's one of those bushes like Sara has in her yard. No bees today though, it's too wet. Oh, who's going to run and be a statue up on the pipe covers? I bet Sylvie would like to run over there and be the Statue of Liberty. She's very good at being the Statue of Liberty. I wonder what Sula would be. I bet he would stand there and make a funny face. And someone, probably Charlie, would lean right on there, right? And we would have a statue, and a statue, and someone leaning, and someone would have to be jumping in this puddle. Look, there's the little blue car we like to look at. We've never seen it out, but we often see it in its parking spot. Oh, look at these flowers. They're getting ready to bloom too. Hey, something's missing here. Those lollipop things are gone. I guess they are sure that there's not going to be any more snow and they don't need to mark where the driveway is. Whoa, look at this big puddle. We could do a lot of splashing there. Oh, here comes our wall again. It's too wet for us to sit on again though. So we'll just have to stand here and have a jelly bean. What flavor did you get? Mine is cherry flavored. Oh, look at this. Some flowers fell on the ground from the tree. Let's look up. It's starting to get all its leaves. Oh, there's a bird sitting out on the branch over there. Can you see it? He's being very still. Oh, I think that's a baby robin. There must have been a baby robin nest in this tree somewhere, but I don't see it now. We missed it. I wonder if that bird's going to learn how to fly soon. Let's see if we can check it out from this side. Oh, it wasn't a baby. It was a mama. There's another one. The birds do love the rain. Here we are at the end of the street again, at the end of the sidewalk, the beginning of the street. There's a big puddle. That would be fun to splash in. Okay, let's hold hands. Ready? Here we go. Splash. Did you hear my foot splash in the water? Oh, look. Guess who I see? I see Deborah. She's getting into a car, though. I don't think she's going to see us. She's not expecting us today, so it's going to be a surprise. Hi, Deborah. Want to say hi to the kids?
Hi, guys.
What a good surprise.
I have to get a few groceries.
Oh, be careful at the grocery store. Did you bring your mask?
Let me show you.
Let's see.
I have a colorful one.
Oh, that one's pretty.
So I have my mask.
Nice.
I'm very careful.
Oh, good job.
And I miss everybody. What a rainy day we have.
It sure is, but it's fun to take a rainy day walk.
My flowers love it. I hope you guys have
we
a
were
good
looking
one.
at all of them, and you had a yellow bird at your bird feeder.
Yes, I have a new finch feeder.
Yeah, I saw it there. A yellow one and a red one. There's so many colors at your bird feeder.
Good to see you, Kathy.
Good to see you too. See you.
later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was fun. We get to see Deborah. What a nice surprise. There's a big robin across the street. I think the robins miss you. They like it when we chase them. I think it's exciting for them. There are those flowers in the window at Jack's house. And the monkey and the star. I feel like crossing the street a little bit early. Let's look that way. No cars. And that way, no cars. I hear something. It sounds like a dump truck. Or maybe it's a trash truck. Oh, hello, little robin. Oh, see it up there? Hi, robin. Oh my goodness, that bird has a nice song. Here we are, back to my street. Oh, did you get a jelly bean at that corner? I hope so. Did anyone get a purple one? Or maybe a green one? We didn't see any bird eggs. Maybe the birds on my street came earlier. That was pretty exciting seeing a little turtle dove, a baby mourning dove in the garden. Sara would have been excited to see that. Speaking of Sara, maybe you'd like to listen to her tell a few more stories. We were supposed to be going for a walk at Sara's house, but it turned out I forgot to turn on the video camera. So instead, we had to take a different walk this week. So I think that I will say goodbye to you now, and you can go listen to some stories with Sara, okay? Have a fun day. Here's Boomy again. Boomy wants to hear a story. You know what? We went for a walk. We just went for a walk, and there was no sound of a lawnmower. And as soon as we got back, that lawnmower came back on.
That's how it always is.
Yeah. Do you have some more books
Some
to read?
birdies.
Oh, let's see.
I don't see him yet.
Oh. No birdies at the bird feeder yet. Have you had any bees on your Andromeda bush?
Oh, there's tons of bees over there.
Oh, I've hardly seen any bees. Let's go see if there are any bees over there.
There's a ton of bees.
Let's see. Oh, I see. Oh, look at them. This is more like it. We haven't seen any in the city. Maybe you've seen some at your house. Look at that big bumblebee. He's getting right in there. He smells, this bush, it smells so nice.
Hey, no.
There's another one way up there. Can you see it?
No.
They say, ooh, there's some good food in here for me.
That is not for you to chew on.
Any others? I like that big one up there.
Actually, today, when I had the garage door open, I have the bee house in there. I have to put it in a tree. The bees were going in and out of it.
Oh.
So I had to shut the garage door because I have to get them out so I can hang it up.
Bees want to go in their bee house. So here's a nice big one. Oh, he flew away. Let's go see if Sarah has some more stories for us. Look at this. What's that big red bird's name? Do you remember? It's a cardinal. Dear Sara.
Hi, friends.
Let's read some more stories.
Read some more stories. Harold's trip to the sky. Hold on, Boomies. Boomy wants to listen to the story too. Here he
You
comes.
come listen to a story, Boomer?
Sarah, I'm gonna look for some. He's gonna look for some dirty. Sit down.
Yep, he's going to walk around.
He's gonna look for mulch that he can eat.
He likes to eat mulch. What a silly dog.
You're on his. You're on his.
Oh, I'm
you're on his
sorry.
chain.
I was keeping Boomy from walking.
I love this story. Harold's trip to the sky. One night, Harold got up, made sure there was a moon so he wouldn't see things in the dark, and went to get a drink of water. He wondered about the things people see in the dark and where they came from. He was glad he couldn't see them in the moonlight. Suddenly he realized he didn't see anything at all in the moonlight. There was nothing to see. He was in the middle of the desert. No wonder he was so thirsty. But luckily he had brought his purple crayon, and he knew where to find water on a desert. There was always a pool of it somewhere near a palm tree. Harold drank deeply. There is nothing like drinking nice, cool water on a desert. But there isn't much else to do on a desert. Harold realized as he looked around, except maybe play in the sand. He loved that. Then he remembered how the government has fun in the desert. It shoots off rockets. Harold decided to go to the moon. On a good, fast rocket, he figured he could get there and back in time for breakfast. He fired the rocket, and off he went. But the rocket missed the moon. It missed it by a mile, and Harold went up and up. Up and up he went into the dark. Harold tried to see where he was going by the stars. He tried planets and comets. What he really needed to light his way was another moon. But when Harold looked closely, what he saw wasn't a moon. To his amazement, it was a flying saucer. Harold had heard about flying saucers. People saw them in the dark, and nobody knew who was inside flying them. He decided he had better land his rocket right away. He landed it with a bump on the bottom of a strange planet. There was no danger of falling off so big a planet. However, Harold thought he would feel a little more comfortable at the top. He wondered what planet he was on. In the dark light of the stars, he looked for some sign that might tell him. He was on Mars. Harold had heard of men on Mars, so he yelled a couple of hellos, hopefully. He thought of the flying saucer out there. He thought of the things people see in the dark. He felt a great need for company. He was sure any man on Mars would be cordial to a visitor like Harold, who had come all this way to chat with him. He had to draw on his scanty knowledge of what a man on Mars looked like. But his looks wouldn't matter in the dark, so Harold didn't care much what he turned out to look like. All Harold wanted was to know there was some sort of friendly face close by, even if he couldn't see it clearly in the dark. Then, all of a sudden, Harold did see it clearly. It was the face of a thing. It was a thing people see in the dark, and it was sitting in a flying saucer. Harold ran. Then he thought and stopped. Probably the thing was about to fly to Earth and scare somebody, maybe some little child. Bravely, Harold crept back. He approached on tiptoe so the thing wouldn't hear him, and he reached out with his purple crayon. And he put a completely damaging crack in the flying saucer. Before the thing could grab him, he was off again, chuckling triumphantly. He ran as fast as he could in the dark. Happily, most of the way was downhill. He hoped he wouldn't fall head over heels. He arrived safely, heels overhead, at the bottom of Mars where the rocket was. But by this time, Harold had had enough of adventure. He wanted to get home in a dependable way. So he climbed down on the stars. It was sure but slow, and the points of the stars hurt his feet. Harold wished he were home. He recalled that the best way to wish is on a good big shooting star. Instead of wishing, it occurred to him at the last moment to jump aboard. He shot right down to Earth, where he made a neat 2-point landing. He hadn't passed the moon on the way, and he wondered what had happened to it. It wasn't around anywhere. Then he realized the night was just about gone, and it was time for the sun to come up. He was hungry. The sun appeared right on time. It came up big and bright. Harold remarked that it was going to be a nice day. Nobody was ever bothered by flying saucers and things in the sunshine. But for a startled moment, he thought he saw a flying saucer. It was on the horizon, looking as if it had just come in to land. He was mistaken. It wasn't a saucer. It was an oatmeal bowl. Harold happened to like hot breakfasts. He quickly drew up a chair, and he sat down to eat. Yummy. Who loves oatmeal? I love oatmeal. Luna loves oatmeal. I don't know who else. Oh. Curious George? What do you think? Feeds the animals? Curious George feeds the animals. Cotton candy and peanuts. Yum. Whoops, it's windy. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George went to the zoo with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. A new rainforest exhibit was opening and they wanted to be the first ones inside. But when they got to the new exhibit, the doors were closed. We'll have to come back later, George, the man said. Why don't we visit the other animals while we wait? First, they stopped to watch a zookeeper feed the seals. When he tossed a little fish in the air, the seals jumped up to catch them. Then they barked for more. It looked like fun to feed the animals. Would you like something to eat too, George? Asked the man with the yellow hat. And he bought a snack for them to share. When they stopped to see the crocodile, George remembered how the zookeeper had fed fish to the seals. He was curious. Would the crocodile like something to eat? George tossed him a treat, and the crocodile snapped it out of the air. Next, they visited the koalas. George thought the koalas were cute. Here was a friendly one. She was curious too. She wanted to see what George was eating, so he held out his hand to share. George shared his treats with an elephant. and a baby kangaroo. George was making lots of new friends at the zoo. The lion was already eating, but the hippopotamus tried a snack. Next, he gave it to an ostrich. Then George saw the giraffes. What fun to feed a giraffe! Giraffes usually have their heads up high in the trees, but George could see these giraffes would be easy to feed. But as soon as he held out his hand, a zookeeper came running. The zookeeper looked angry. Was he angry with George? George didn't know, and he didn't want to stay to find out. He slipped away, and the giraffes were happy to help. But where did George go? Is he hiding over there? He was trying his best to hide, but little monkeys can't stay still for long. When George wiggled, the zookeeper was waiting. "I see you," he said. Just then, another zookeeper hurried by. "Come quick," she yelled. "Someone saw the parrot." The first zookeeper led George to a bench. "The parrot from our new exhibit escaped, and I must help find it," he explained. He told George to wait for him there, and before he left, he said, "Don't you know you're not supposed to feed the animals? The wrong food might make them sick." George felt awful. He didn't know he wasn't supposed to feed the animals. He didn't want to make them sick. George was looking at the treat in his hand when all of a sudden, a big bird swooped down and snatched it right up. Now George knew he wasn't supposed to feed the animals, but this one had helped itself. A zookeeper passing by was happy to see George. "You found the parrot," she said. "We'd been looking for this bird all day." When she saw George's snack, she said, "This isn't the best thing to feed a parrot, but a little won't hurt. Would you like to help me put him back where he belongs?" George was glad to help after all the trouble he had caused, and together they went back to the exhibit. "There's our problem," the zookeeper said, pointing to a hole in the netting. As the zookeepers discussed how to fix it, George had an idea. He climbed up like only a monkey can, and he reached the hole. He tied the netting back together. Meanwhile, the first zookeeper returned. "Catch that naughty monkey!" he yelled. He was feeding the animals. "But that little monkey found the parrot," another zookeeper told him. "And look, he fixed the netting. Now we can open the exhibit." When George came down, all the zookeepers cheered. Finally, the celebration began and the doors were opened. The man with the yellow hat was there, and he and George got to be the first ones inside. As George walked in, that was like a Rhode Island George. As George walked in, the zookeepers thanked him for all his help. "Please visit any time," they said. George couldn't wait to come back and see his friends. But next time he'd remember, unless you're a zookeeper, don't feed the animals. Yeah,
That was a good book.
That is a good book.
Whoops, I just zoomed in real close. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, thanks, Sara.
Sure.
Can I say bye?
Anytime.
Say bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Miss you.
We miss you.
See you soon, hopefully.
Have a good
Maybe.
Have a good day.